Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to be showing you how to replace a modern shower sliding door. Please stay tuned and continue watching until the end because I'm going to be showing you all the details of how we were able to replace this old shower unit to this brand new one that you see right here, and I'll show you all the details in a bit. If you want to learn how to do all kinds of handyman DIY projects, including home renovations, then you're in the best place here on YouTube. Consider subscribing to our channel and activate the notification bell so that way you don't miss out on any videos that we'll be uploading every single week. The first thing that we're doing to replace the old shower unit is to cut all along the outer perimeter of the shower, and this is to loosen up and to remove the silicone. And there's a little plate in the back as well. We're cutting around that, and we're gonna start removing it by loosening up the bolts, or it's like 2 screws on either side at the top of the header. These were kind of tight, so we had to use some pliers to loosen them up a little bit. And once we did that, we were able to easily lift it up, loosen everything up, and just start removing the glass doors. We're being extra careful with those because we're actually going to be reusing them at a different project for our personal use. And this railing on either side, it has 3 screws that you just basically take them out and you can easily remove it. On the bottom plate, it has it's basically just put in there with a bunch of silicone. So we're just swiping our cutter several times throughout the length of all of this plate. And as you can tell, it easily it starts kind of moving. But we noticed over here on this corner area that the silicone was extra thick, so we had to make some extra cuts over there. And once we did that, we were able to easily remove it. And that's how you remove the old existing shower door. Now, after we took that out, there was quite a bit of silicone beads throughout the area. You want to make sure to take your time and just scrape all of that off, removing all the silicone that is on the walls on either side at the bottom, and just clean it up as best as possible so that it doesn't affect with the new installation. Like you see, we're just taking our time and just wiping everything down. Now there's no silicone on either area. Then we can start removing all of the components in the box. This is a frameless bypass slider, QCI, and it has a bunch of components, but in this video we're gonna do our best to try to explain the process. The first thing that we're gonna do to install it is measure the bottom from end to end, and I believe we got 57.5 inches. So we're gonna do the same thing because this plate is wider than the opening. So we measured 57.5 inches. We made the mark, and we're just double checking because once we cut it, that's pretty much it. So once we have it verified, then we have a grinder and we just cut it out. Now the box, it has instructions, it has all the screws and everything you'll need. So it comes, like as organized as best as possible. So the first thing is we're going to be installing the metal railings on either side. These are secured with 3 screws. And once you put it there, align it up so it's plumb. You'll want to mark the holes in the 3 areas. Then we're using a roto hammer, so you want to be extra careful with this. How we're doing it is we're drilling first without the hammer function. So once we drill it a little bit, then we use the hammer portion, like in this case, and we're just going little by little, just trying not to go crazy with it because if we give it like too much force, it could crack the tile or break it or chip it, or it can do many damage. And so we're just drilling it first, starting the hole. Then once we do that, we're going back into it and just creating the hole. Then we have these little plastic anchors that we're placing inside of the hole. We're gonna do that for each one, so when we put in the screw, it will tighten everything up and it will just be a lot more firm and secure. Once you have those they kind of popped out a little bit, so we're just hammering them in. The only other recommendation is, instead of using a metal hammer, I would use like a rubber mallet. In our case, we didn't have one like readily available, so we're using the metal hammer and just being extra careful with that. And one more time, we're just cleaning everything up before we start placing the plate at the bottom. It has a couple of channels throughout the length, and you'll want to put some silicone in each of the channels. This will help so that the bottom plate will stick to the bottom. Since this one, it doesn't need any screws, or it doesn't take any screws down there. It's mostly just putting the silicone so it sticks to the bottom. Now over here, it asks you to put a couple of like little bumpers at the bottom before we place the side ones. And then it has some extra bumpers, 2 on each side, that we're going to be placing, so when the doors, when they slide to the end, they're going to hit these bumpers and it doesn't bang against the metal or do that. So you'll want to screw that in. If you have a power drill, just be really careful until you kind of get close, and then at the very end you'll finish it off with a screwdriver. So the bumper is only for the top and the bottom holes, and the one in the middle is just the screw on its own. So once you do that, then that's pretty much it for the side plates. Now we're measuring for the top one. We got basically the same measurement, 57.5. So we're cutting that off on the same thing using a grinder. And once we do that, we're cleaning the edge. So it asks us to put a couple of metal plates on either end. This will be so that we can attach the header to the side rails. And all you do is you just slip it in there. It has a little screw. You'll want to loosen that up a little bit. And once you do that, it will let you push it all the way until it hits the end. And then you can slide it into the rail on either side. And once you do that, you'll mark a couple of holes, and that's for the plates on there. And so you just want to drill it enough for the little screw to go into the aluminum side rail. And once you do that, you'll slide that header down so that it rests on those bumpers, and then you screw it into those 2 holes that we drilled previously. Then at the bottom, we tighten up the extra bumpers there. And after that, we can start working on the glass windows. We just basically put on the rollers. They already come assembled. You just got to kind of take it apart, put it in there, and reassemble it in between or over the glass door. Now the glass door, one of them, it hangs on the outside, and the other one hangs on the inside. It has like 2 railings at the top. Then at the bottom, it has that middle plate that kind of helps to divide each of the glass doors. Then we're just putting in the handle on the outside, the decorative covers on either one of the buttons there at the top, and that's pretty much it. So that's how you can replace a sliding glass door for a modern bathroom. Overall, this is a great DIY project because it requires basic hand and power tools. This is inexpensive. You can save yourselves a ton of money by doing it yourself, and it looks awesome in the end, so it's super rewarding. If this video was helpful, please remember to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscriber button, and activate the notification bell so that way you don't miss out on any videos that we'll be uploading every week. All the tools and products that we used in this video will be linked in the description below so that you can easily find them. May God bless you, and we'll see you on the next project.